Hello, Privet, and welcome to Tom Bennett's World Cup Today with Tom Bennett, Tom Benaccio Bennett, and Des from Eurosport. A magnificent show lined up.
We've got hold of this exclusive footage of the man that Gareth Southgate turned to give the press a stern talking to before the knockout stages.
Reporters can't leak. You cannot leak classified information. At the same time, we need freedom of the press, but you cannot leak.
So England faced Colombia in the knockout stages of the World Cup after an absolute snooze fest in Kaliningrad. That was a real struggle, Des, but it's hard to know if England actually wanted to lose. It kind of looked like they did want to lose, but was that the right thing to do?
As a Scotsman who wants England to lose, preferably to Colombia on Tuesday night, it pains me to say it, but I don't think Southgate should have rested 8 players tonight. I think momentum's more important than resting key men.
I think it's not really giving Colombia the respect they deserve. We've seen them qualify with relative ease from their group. They look like quite a nice side. We know James Rodriguez is struggling with fitness. He might miss it, but they're still a pretty handy side. They've got a lot of pace. England's defence looks a bit dubious, even with all the changes. I'm not convinced. Let's be positive. If England beat Colombia, it's the better side of the draw. The quarterfinal's good, but that is getting one step ahead of ourselves.
It was also poor to deprive Harry Kane of a match when he's chasing the golden boot, because he's only going to have possibly 7 matches of this tournament, and he needs it every moment he can get on the pitch, and I don't think it would have made any difference whatsoever if he'd have been wheeled out tonight.
I think bringing Danny Welbeck on instead of Harry Kane when you're behind at a World Cup shows what Southgate really thought. Even though he said he wanted to win and he was disappointed to lose, I think that says everything you need to know.
Good news for Australia, the Socceroos have already got a replacement lined up for Timmy Cahill.
And the Kangaroo is on the field of play again.
Oh my god.
And racing across the field of play, scattering players left and right, bearing down on goal.
There are absolutely farcical scenes in Group H on Thursday as Japan played the ball amongst themselves, knowing that they were going through on fair play. Couldn't help but feel sorry for Senegal as they crashed out, having picked up 2 more yellow cards. That's the only reason. Everything else was tied. It seems a bit unfair, doesn't it, Des?
This is more interesting. Terry Butcher went on a massive rant, said it's a disgrace to the World Cup, it's brought shame on the finals, and he's probably right. I mean, who wants to watch us doing this? But it's probably as interesting as how Japan-Poland ended up. Poor Senegal, they're out of the tournament. After Germany's shambolic World Cup, Arsenal fan Jeremy Corbyn takes time out to analyse Mesut Ozil.
But he seems to be somewhere abroad, unknown destination. If he is unable to be present, then we really have to ask the question, what on earth is he doing?
The return of our ever popular feature Main Watch, World Cup Main Watch. Carlos Valderrama has been a regular at this World Cup. This was him in 1994. Look at that, tremendous. It's like a bit of Tina Turner-esque. But you expect 24 years later for something to have changed.
Something would have changed.
Something would have changed. And this is this guy here now. I mean, dare I say it, the colour is even better now.
I think it's better, yeah.
I mean, it's got a sort of slight ginger hue off it. Blonde,
faded a bit.
Strawberry blonde, but I mean, it's just unbelievable. 20, it's like a quarter of a century, and this guy's looking absolutely magnificent. Mane intact. A result.
A result, big result. But that wasn't the only Colombian to make main watch today. We spotted the Scorpion King in the stand. Here he is in his heyday back in the 90s, sporting an incredible Barney, look at that. But we saw him in the stands today Colombia-Senegal. And if anything, it's looking even better. Here we go, let me just get this there for you. Check that out.
Look at that.
Full of life. The two of them having a great time.
As classy as Colombian coffee.
We could exclusively reveal that Panama are already in training for the next World Cup.
Shock news, and Polly the psychic sea lion has successfully predicted what Big Sam's tactics would have been as England manager in Russia. Good to see Diego Maradona back to full health. Here he is flying into Kazan for Argentina's last 16 match with France. So like Charlie Nicholas, I was sitting there thinking how we could map out England's road to Russia and the journey they've been on since the draw was made last December when they landed Panama, Tunisia and Belgium in what looked like an eminently winnable group. The sorry sight of this unblown balloon represents England before the tournament started. No air in it.
No air, nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
No life in that.
No, there's no life there.
But things were about to get better, weren't they, Des?
Things were about to take off quite rapidly actually. And there was a 2-1 win over Tunisia, as you can see there, marked by this balloon. Suddenly a bit more life, a bit more air.
Momentum starting.
Momentum starting. Harry Kane scores a last minute winner. And suddenly, England not quite expecting, but we're not there just to make the numbers up. Roll on Sunday, Panama, and then obviously a bit more air coming into this balloon. So 6-1, and there's nobody like the English media to get carried away against one of the worst teams probably ever play football. Panama, a team of American footballers wearing football kit. They were absolutely dreadful, but England beat them 6-1, and suddenly it's coming home. It's all good.
But even more momentum, obviously. Defeat to Belgium means the easier side of the draw.
That's right.
Suddenly,
that's right.
Look at
that. So we're sitting there thinking again, do we put a pin in this? Is the bubble burst? No, the bubble's not burst. So England have Colombia on Tuesday night in Moscow. Win that, as Gary Neville says. You've got Switzerland or Sweden to reach the semi-finals. Win that, you could have Spain. Leaving Brazil till the end. Tom.
It's coming home.
It could be coming home.